Alright, welcome. In this video, we're going to modify and install some door pockets that are made by unofficial use only. They are actually made for JL and JTs. They're going to go on my extra here. So we're looking at them. The rear door pockets are very close. So there shouldn't be too much modifying. The front ones don't fit up quite like I wanted, but they should work. It's better than what I had before, which I just have these little fabric ones, bought off Amazon, super cheap. Those ones work, they held stuff, but these ones are a little bit bigger. So here's the rear, real nice. It's got a spot for the water bottles and stuff. And the front is a lot bigger. It's not as deep, but hopefully we can make that work. The nice thing is you can heat them and kind of form them a little bit. So I think once I get it mounted, I could kind of push on this or pull it out, heat it up, get a little more room out of it. So that's the plan today. These things are very nice. Unofficial use only. Greg Henderson over there who runs it, he came up with these. These things are really nice for the JLs and JTs. But obviously, they're not made for this, so we'll see what we can do with them. And hardware there, some little push guys that go on the back. We'll see if we'll use those. I might end up using some screws instead, but we'll see what we come up with. So we'll get started on that and see how these things work out. Here's what I got. Laid down some tape. Missed a couple spots here. What I ended up doing was, this probably worked the best. You probably just use cardboard too, but I had this foam board laying around. So I cut it, got it where it fit over there, and then I pressed into it, and it made all the marks for each one of those little mounting points here. So now I can just drill the holes on the door panel. The other thing to get this one to fit a little more flat, I kind of did a crappy job. I got a little too hot. I warmed this up. It's kind of hard to see, but I had to push that in a little bit. It's up to you if you want to do that or modify this part here. That's what it was clearing. And then these two guys, I just cut these two off because they're kind of right on the curve of the speaker. So they're not gonna, it's gonna be too much of a pain to make them work. So I just cut those ones off. The rest of them will lay flat. I gotta make another little template here, but I'm gonna use these two big holes for some bigger bolts or screws, whatever. So those ones are going to kind of act as holding most of the weight. And then the rest of them are just to keep it nice and tight. I just lined it up where it just hangs over the edge here. And then got it where it's just barely above this radius here. So far that seems to work the best, and I'm probably gonna have to go get some hardware to screw these guys in, because I'm keeping this lip on here to help keep it spaced out a little bit. And it comes with these guys, and those are designed for if it goes through, but I'm kind of using everything to stand it off some, so it gives you a little bit more room there. Alright, so the rears are going to take a little bit more to make them work. So the top section is a little bit wider. So the other thing is this lip here is a little bit deeper than the front, so I'm probably gonna have to trim it down on this, because as you can see, it's pretty good lip. So when I put a screw into those, it's gonna pull those in and do some weird stuff. There we go. There's just a couple screws in there to hold it. So what I did was I spaced it up a little bit, 3/4 of an inch from this lip up to the door pocket. Laid it out, drilled all the holes. So I ended up using some number 8 by 1/2 inch screws on the backside. These, I'll show you those guys. So those work great for going in the backside there. This one doesn't have the bigger bolt in the bottom, which it's not a big deal. This one's, there's so many, there's 14 of those screws in there. So I got a pack of the 100. So those will work perfect for mounting this on there. I gotta do the rest of them and go through, put them all in the front one too, and that's pretty much it. These things are, I'm liking the way these things are laying out. I ended up cutting the lip down flush with all the little posts in there that you gotta put the screws in. That way it doesn't kind of deform it when you screw it in there. This one has a lot more room in the pocket itself. So the rears are a little nicer. I like these. This part will, or there's a good chance this is going to press up against your seat. So keep that in mind. Other than that, this worked out pretty good. I like it. It's got the molly points on there. So if you do have room, you can mount it. If you took your seat out, you don't have to worry about this rubbing on anything. So yeah, so far I'm liking these. I'm just gonna get them all finished up and put back on the Jeep. I'm waiting on some new little clips, the notorious little plastic clips to mount the doors or the door cards. A lot more broke than I thought, so I gotta wait to actually mount them. But I kind of got them hung up, at least on the driver's side. I got finished the passenger side, but that won't take long. Now I got all the templates and whatnot. It'll only take me just a few minutes to get those drilled out and put those in. But here's what they look like so far. The rears, I like those. Those are nice. They got plenty of room here. As you can see, there's a ton of room in there. Yeah, it's not, I just kind of have it temporarily on there, but it works. This part here, where it comes out for a water bottle, whatnot, it definitely presses into the seat a little bit. So that's, yeah, something to keep in mind. Front's not bad. I mean, looks a little goofy because the angles, but hey, they're better than what's out there. So right now it's tight. Like I said, I'm going to, once I get it fully mounted, I'm going to go through them, put something in there, heat it up to help push it out. It does, I don't have it with me, but I was able to put a can of soda in there, so it does hold that, not too bad. When you push it out, it'll hold more. But overall, I'm pretty happy with them. They look good. They're definitely better than what's on the market right now, which is nothing, or JK ones. So the rears look great. I'm really happy with the rears. Like I said, I had to trim the edges a little bit, but they came out great. I just put in all those screws, and that thing, I mean, so far that thing's super stout just the way it is, and it's not even fully mounted. So I'm happy with those. So these door pockets, they're originally made for JL and JTs. They are $150 for the full set, which is not bad considering most stuff for all the newer Jeeps is super expensive. So it's not bad to get a set of these and modify them, especially with the fronts. If you do it the way I did it, you don't have to modify them. And if you want to do just the fronts, you can do just the fronts. He sells just the fronts for the two-door JLs, and he did provide them to me, so I got a good deal on them. So I can't complain there. But as soon as I first saw them, these things, I was like, oh, maybe that'll work there. So sure enough, I talked to him, and he hooked me up with a set of them, and he was excited to see how they work. So far, I'm happy with them, and they're definitely a great alternative. So I hope this helps out some other guys out there. And anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you guys, and check out Unofficial Use Only. Go get some of those door pockets if you want them. And there's some other stuff. If you happen to have a JL or JT, he's working on some other stuff. He's going to make those door pockets for JKs too. So if you're in one of those things too, there you go. So we'll see you guys, and have a good winter.